Hi, so my name is Brittany Staley, and today I'm going to be talking about my SOS 310 final essay. So I'm going to start with my claim that water is necessary for life, therefore it is an unalienable right that should be owned by the people. Here I'm going to be including quotes from NASA about how water is the molecule of life and it's what they search for. And I'm going to include the 2010 UN Declaration that water is a basic human right. So step one to this essay will be outlining the evidence that suggests there's a problem. And some of this evidence includes the claim that clean and safe drinking water is hard to find worldwide and in the United States. Here I'm going to be including quotes from the EPA and UN about water facts and corporateaccountability.org that really focuses on the water issues in the US. Next, I am going to be talking about the analysis and explanation of the injustice. This is where the meat of my article is going to be. This is where I'm going to talk about the government management of water and the corporation management of water. I have an article that I'll be referencing here about, it's from On Tap magazine. It is published by a environmental program. Here they talk about how in 1997, the UN published statistics about what amount of money it would take to secure clean and safe drinking water in the United States and the financial burden that would be. To offset that burden, the government decided to allow corporations to step in and help take over these costs. And from here, I'll be talking about the problems with the privatization that came from this from allowing corporations to step in and take control of water. Some of these problems include safety, the commitment to profits rather than people, and from there I'll be talking about the problems with distribution and recognition. So for example, low-income communities and minority communities are receiving water that has subpar quality because they're considered at risk to pay their bills. And there I'll be talking about the procedural problems. So because these corporations control the water and we as citizens don't really get a say in what these corporations do, what does this look like, and is this fair and just and equitable? Next, I will be talking about the summarization of the process that led to this. So examples include the underfunding, like I talked about with the On Tap article. The EPA produced a large number that kind of scared the government into allowing privatization of water. And then we're going to talk about the systemic misrecognition for the low-income and minority communities, as well as the results of privatization of water, and that there are regulations on quality, but what really actually happens when these regulations are not met, when water quality is very poor? Do these corporations actually help, and have they been helping, or are they hindering the problem even more? Next, I'm going to be talking about the strategies to solve this problem. So I'm going to circle back to my main claim, and that based on the evidence, we should not allow privatization of local water sources. And this is where I'm going to really bring all the facts and the evidence together to talk about why this happened and how this has led to where we are, and why this is an unjust system. And I'll also be talking about how at the time this felt like it was the right thing for the government to do, and it seemed like it was a great tool, a great resource, and why this happened, and the pros and cons, and whether or not this helped, hindered, or remained neutral for the United States. Finally, I'm going to be talking about concluding, and the conclusion is my favorite part. It's the part where I get to bring all this facts and evidence together and really bring a call to action to it, and talk about why I feel the way I do on this topic, and why this is an unjust situation. And I like to keep it a secret until the end, because it is where I lay down my strong claims. So thank you, and I hope to hear feedback from you soon, and I will email you my list of references, and the 8 I have so far, and the more to come. Thanks.